What's up, everybody? This is Evan from Iconic. So today I just wanted to go over the 13 EMA reclaim long swing pattern strategy that we use quite often in the chat room, and it's also taught a little bit in the course, but I just wanted to show you guys an example of me swinging QD from the low twos up until 280, so I made about 80 cents on that move. Very nice move so far. I'm still holding a piece. Just using this one exact same strategy, very simple. And let's dive right into it. So essentially what the 13 EMA reclaim is it's just exactly like it sounds. It's a reclaim of the 13 exponential moving average, which is a short-term trend indicator we use quite often over here at Iconic Traders. So basically what I was doing was seeing that QD was basically breaking out of this long-term downtrend or flag on the daily chart. So all of my swing trades start at the daily level or the weekly or the monthly to see basically where we are at a macro level and macro context. And then I drill down to the hourly, the 20-minute, and the 5-minute to time my entries to the upside. Whenever I know that macro context is at some certain inflection point or has basically is turning room to the upside. So what we have here is basically a prior runner. So let's look at QD. Anytime I like to do a swing trade, I like to see, can this thing actually move? Has it been a former runner in the past? Is there actual activity in the stock when it gets going? And yes, QD, that checks the box. It has good volume when it gets going, and that's really what you want to see when it starts to pick up. So after that, you do have a long period right here of consolidation and accumulation where the stock just double bottoms here, but really defends that $2 level extremely well. So knowing that we're a prior runner, we're just in an accumulation phase right here, trading 3, 4, 2 million shares per day, defending this $2 level. We know that that's a key level, and we know that, okay, we're breaking out of a long-term flag. We're holding a key level of 2. We're accumulating volume. There's a lot of longs that are just getting in right now with large size on these days, looking for that next upside move. We broke the downtrend there. Now what do we need? We need 2 things. One, we need that reclaim of the 13 EMA and a volume increase. So if we look down here, this huge shot of volume right here on this day really signified, okay, we're looking like we're about to get going higher. So what happened was on this day with the extreme volume, we broke out above that 13 EMA on all time frames. We broke out on the daily. We broke out right here on the hourly above pre-market highs and the 20-minute, etc. Right? So everything is now starting to show, okay, we have increased volume. We're coming out of a macro downtrend, a long-term flag. We're reclaiming that 13 EMA with authority and volume on this day, and we're breaking out on the hourly above that 13 EMA. So what basically I did on that day was now I need to find an entry. If I know on the macro time frame or the daily time frame we're breaking out over that 13 EMA and reclaiming it with volume, I need to find some sort of entry on a micro scale, so on the hourly, for example, to actually get into the stock with a low risk. So right here is where we broke over this prior day high at 223 and this pre-market little high. It's not a lot of volume, it's a little blip, but look, it's actually a level, right? It's a key level that we're breaking out of. So once we did that and we closed this bar here at 224, 225 on the hourly, I entered right there with my stop at 211, below the pre-market low, right? So I have a 10-cent stop to get in on the swing trade. We're reclaiming on the hourly, we're reclaiming on the daily, we have volume, increasing volume, we're breaking a key level here from the pre-market and this prior high from 2 days ago. And now I can basically get into that trade and risk the 13 EMA on the daily the entire way up, right? It did report earnings, took a dip into the 13 EMA, but held it, which was very key on this day with volume, and now we're trending back to the upside. So essentially, the same thing occurred on this run, right? It broke out of a key level at 140 right here on a huge volume increase, reclaimed that 13 EMA, and you could have rode this thing all the way up to 378. This one right here, reclaim up for another point. It happens all the time. This 13 EMA needs to be something that you keep on your radar and time it with volume and other time frames to actually properly execute the trade. Now, some of you guys may be saying, oh, well, why didn't this one over here work? There was no volume increase, right? We were in a downtrend below the 13 EMA, bottomed out, broke out above, popped 10 cents, and died. No volume, right? This one had a volume, no volume. Right here, volume increase. Over here, huge volume increase, right? So you need to time it where you're at in the cycle if there's any interest on this 13 EMA break. So hopefully that helped. If you guys have any questions, drop it below. I know this was a little bit more of kind of like advanced stuff that weaved into a lot of our training. So we do have a free training course that you can check out right in the description below here. Also check us out on Instagram. You guys can hit me up at any point as well if you have any further questions. But hopefully for some of you guys in the room too, this definitely put a little bit more of context and explanation into the stuff that I'm looking at for swing trades. This is one simple pattern, that 13 EMA reclaim with volume on the daily chart when all other factors in the stock are pointing like it's going to be turning into some sort of bullish pattern. So hopefully that helped. Appreciate it. And you all have a great weekend.